Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 19th. I just realized my mic was out of place, so you probably couldn't hear me, but I don't know. I'll fix that later. We're going to just do a kind of Celtic cross style spread, and apparently this deck is upside down, but that's just how it usually goes here, Libra. So I'm going to turn all these cards right side up, but you start off here in your general energies for this week with the Knight of Cups. So, could be thinking about love. I really feel that you are thinking about being passionate. Those are the words that are popping into my head here in your reading. And I'm not saying that, love isn't included in that, but I feel like you just want more fulfillment in your life. I feel that's a major focus for you with that Nine of Cups showing up at the end. So I feel like you are dreaming in general. The Knight of Cups can kind of be a card of imagining your future life, imagining it as you want it to be. The thing is that he's in the desert and he's standing in front of this water, and I feel like all you have to do is let the tower fall. Libra, you have the tower in the area of your mind. We're going to look at that in just a minute, but you also have the Ace of Wands crossing your main energy here, the Knight of Cups. The thing with the Ace of Wands is a crossing energy. Number one, I love the Ace of Wands. I don't care if it's reversed or not, even though it can represent a false start in the reverse. Ace of Wands to me is kind of out with the old, in with the new. You can see, I'll show you over here, there's a castle that is crumbling here, if it wants to focus. Apparently not today, but there's a castle crumbling here, and you have this Ace of Wands. So it's kind of like out with the old, the crumbling castle, in with something new that you're much more passionate about. So there's definitely like an increase of passions here. I do feel like some of you feel lied to, or you had someone who was at least sneaky in your life. And in the area of what's on your mind, you have the tower. So you could definitely be thinking about a tower moment. I think that because this is on your mind, it's something that has already happened. So in not only that, but if we go this direction right here, we go Seven of Swords to the Six of Pentacles. And, that would be kind of like breadcrumbing, or again, someone who is sneaky or who lied or who cheated or stole or, something, Libra. So I'm going to just move this down a little bit. But, I feel like you dealt with a sneaky energy. And, what I would say here is that, I feel like someone's crown fell off. You can see the crown falling off the top of this tower. What I will say is I think a lot of us are going to be experiencing these kind of crown falling off moments between now and 33. I talk about this all the time, especially during Neptune and Pisces until the end of 2025. We could see a lot of these moments where things that we thought were true are not true, or, people who maybe are establishments in our life, but not like in our personal life, but people maybe we look up to. It's almost like the mask is coming off, and there's a lot of astrology and also just my intuition. Intuitively, I see this happening like a lot and more than it already has. I mean, we've had like the crypto scandal recently, right? Mask coming off, something being revealed. This is only the beginning, and, it's a good thing. I always say that the tower is a good thing because, those people inside the tower have been ignoring reality. So we're all going to be seeing reality for what it is, so we can fix it, so we can build something nicer. And you end with the Sun and the Nine of Cups. So, definitely a lot of happiness and joy coming in for you. But I kind of feel like you could be thinking about, personal losses, or you saw the truth in a situation, and this is what you're thinking about. In your foundation, you have the Eight of Swords. So needing to get unstuck here, Libra. Even, it's kind of like you're finding your happiness. Even if we go this way here, we go up to the Sun from the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. The Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, of course, but the Seven of Swords comes up when we are being too serious, when we need to have more fun in life, or when we maybe need to, not take things too seriously. So I feel for some of you, being more playful, joyful, would be a good idea. But I definitely feel like you need to set yourself free. Again, in the past, you have the Moon card. I feel like some of you are like saying, like, how could I not see that? How could I not see what happened here in a situation? For some of you, this is clearly a love situation, but for others, it could be something else where I kind of get this blindsided feeling in your past, and something that you are moving past at this time. So the good news is that you're moving past it, but what I would say is I feel like you're kind of like still thinking about how you couldn't see it in the first place. I don't know. I just keep getting those words. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So we're going to come through and clarify this. We'll get answers then. But in the very near future, you have the Seven of Swords. Again, Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing. But really, Seven of Swords is a positive card. In the tarot, golden cards are always meant to be positive, and this is a golden card. Really, this is a card of tactics. He is stealing those swords from this army that's in the background here so that they can't be used against him in battle the next day. So it's like he's going to war, but in a different way. And I feel for pretty much everyone, like I feel all of us need to be tactical. Literally, when we had the last set of eclipses, I said between now and like April, the next set of eclipses, I would be very spontaneous. I would also be very flexible in the way that I accomplish my goals. If I were you, if I were everybody, and I am. So, what I would say here is like we need to be flexible at this time. I think the way that we think things are going to work is probably not the way things are going to work. This goes for love, business, your health, pretty much everything. So I think as long as we're not like, it's like, I think we need to be careful of becoming almost like religious, about an idea or like dogmatic, we need to just be more open to what actually works. And this goes for all areas of your life. So if something isn't working and you find yourself like trying to defend it, maybe you're like, it could be anything. It could be like a diet, could be the way you make money, and maybe you're like defending it, but maybe it's really not working. And so, I think that's the trick, especially with Mars retrograde in Gemini, right? Mars retrograde in Gemini is the truth. So, or needing to see the truth. And, sometimes I feel like this energy is just us needing to be honest with ourselves. So the only person you need to be honest with is yourself. It's not like you have to be honest with somebody else, right? So that's what I'd be doing here with that Seven of Swords, just looking for what works. Even over the next few months, you have the Six of Pentacles. What works, right? Six of Pentacles is a card of planting seeds. He's also holding a balance out in front of him, like you, Libra. And he is putting energy into something. He's like waiting to see, do I see a result from what I just invested my time, effort, and energy into? If the answer is yes, then he keeps investing in that situation. If the answer is no, he stops. So, I've been saying this all year, and I really feel that it's kind of like what we all need to be doing. I do see like a major increase in your finances as well in the near future. So I do feel that some of you are kind of like, the things that you're doing, the seeds that you're planting in work or business are starting to sprout. I also see like a change for you financially. There's like some sort of change or there's like some sort of difference that's popping into my head in your finances. Again, we're going to come back and clarify that. You have the Five of Wands in the area of your closest relationships. I mean, again, Mars retrograde, I would avoid all arguments and things like that with any of your relationships. We're not just talking about love here. We're talking about all relationships. So I would be careful of arguments, competition, fighting with people. Again, it's like, I think during Mars retrograde, it's super important to just try to let things go, because if we fight with people, we lose. Plain and simple. It's like you cannot win a fight during Mars retrograde. Plain and simple. You can't win an argument during Mars retrograde, especially if you start it. I mean, that's the trick, is if you start it, then you're definitely going to lose. But, what I would say here is it's just better to kind of like let it go, right? And I feel like some of you need to do that. For others, I feel like you're conflicted about relationships in your life, especially love relationships. And again, we're going to clarify through and see what that means. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Sun, so very happy. This looks like a turnaround to me. I kind of feel like it's interesting that you go from the Moon to the Sun. And it's also interesting that like a bunch of signs this week have had this energy of coming out of darkness. And we do have the, winter solstice or whatever this week. So, well, depending on when you're watching this, if you're watching this on the week of the 19th. But I don't know, it's like more than that. I feel maybe we've just been in a down period of time. And maybe there are some things that are making you more optimistic, or there's some things that could be happening in your life that make you feel better. We even see this with your outcome. You have the Nine of Cups, which is like a wish or wish fulfillment. So I do feel some of you could be accomplishing a wish or receiving a wish that you've been hoping for a long time. I also see like a lot of happiness here with this card. I see, with this and the Sun, and also the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords represents needing to have more fun. And so I would focus on that. I would also like start doing like one more thing a day that makes you feel more fulfilled, right? With the Nine, sometimes I think we forget to like take care of ourselves, or, to do something nice for ourselves. So anything like small, any little things you can do to help yourself, I feel would be very beneficial. Let's see here. With the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups, you have the Strength card. I feel like you were very patient with a person. Could have been a Leo for sure. I feel like you were very patient, and I feel like you've had Leo like multiple times. Am I wrong? I'm not sure, but anyway, I feel like some of you were very patient, but now it's time to move on to something else. Sometimes I also feel that when the Strength shows up, the Strength card with like this type of combination here that we see in the middle, mostly the Moon, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Sometimes I think Strength can say that we've outgrown someone, or we've outgrown a situation. Strength, she has her hands in the lion's mouth normally, and it kind of represents the fact that she's been working on her inner voice, her inner demons, her inner critic for a very long time. Like, she has evolved. And sometimes when something like this comes up, it says that you're like moving past either a person or a situation or groups of people because you've just outgrown the situation, plain and simple. With the Tower, you definitely had like a shocking ending in the past. I think it's on your mind. Ten of Swords, so you could be thinking about some difficulty or challenge that you went through in the past, and I feel like it is weighing heavily on your mind. I think really I don't have any good advice other than the end of your reading is saying that things are going to definitely get better. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Devil. Yeah, I feel like you could have definitely been dealing with a toxic person. So, Libra, I would definitely leave something in the past. Maybe someone was tempted, right? There's the apple right there. So maybe someone got tempted by someone else or something. And I feel some of you have just dealt with a toxic situation. The Eight of Swords really asks you to set yourself free. It says like the best thing you can do is to set yourself free. With the Moon, you have the Empress. I feel like some of you need to realize that you are the Empress. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are, by the way. I feel like you could be in Empress energy. I do feel a need to like really pull away from something toxic here, Libra, because I feel like it's affecting your ability to be able to create abundance as well. So, if you have a person from the past who's on your mind or, they did you dirty, again, obviously take your time to heal from the situation. But for some of you, I feel like you're kind of like taking this road back to your Empress status. And it looks like you're really, even though this is showing up in your past, I feel in a lot of ways that this reading is saying you're regaining your Empress status, or you're learning how to regain your Empress status. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. And I say that because of that Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about bathing in an energy, like, kind of who you truly are. And I feel some of you need to do that. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups here. And you have that Knight of Cups as well. This could definitely be new love, but Queen of Cups, again, to me, is like a nurturing card. She really nurtures herself. And remember what I said on that Nine of Cups. I feel like you need to do like nice things for yourself. And, that's what I would say here. I feel like you need to do something nice for yourself. I feel like you need to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, do whatever it is that you do to nurture yourself, like all that stuff here, Libra. I feel like that's going to be very important for you. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups. So definitely could be new love. Could be a water sign. You have a lot of water showing up here just in general. But if you want new love, I feel there's definitely like hope coming in for you. I feel like no hope on that Five of Wands. I'm not going to lie. I feel for some of you, it's kind of like you're not feeling hopeful with that Five of Wands. You're just feeling like every single person that comes into your life brings conflict. But I feel like there is definitely a new person, very nurturing, very caring, very dreamy. And I feel like they bring a lot of hope. But this is probably someone who's coming in over the next few months, is what I would say here, Libra. I would also say, as far as your finances are concerned, out with the old, in with the new. Again, if you're thinking about starting anything new, I definitely feel there's a lot of success for you. You have the Knight of Cups twice. And again, he's normally in the desert and he has that water in front of him. He just has to plant seeds in front of that water and they will grow. With the Five of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands. I feel like people could be fighting over you in the future. Queen of Wands really says you're very, sorry, it's not going to focus over there for whatever reason, but it says you're very attractive at this time and, very seductive as well. It's also an energy of like being bold, being assertive, really sticking up for yourself. And so I feel some of you could be doing that, but I do feel like you're kind of like will be getting a lot of attention in the future. Some of you, it's like you might not like want to socialize, but I feel socializing could be very helpful for you with that Five of Wands, because Five of Wands like not wanting to go out in this area of the reading. But Queen of Wands says like people want to be in your energy. People want to spend time with you. So I would definitely open up to that in the future. And with the Sun, you have the Sun. So love it. Definitely very, very positive. I feel like you have a lot of good happiness and happy times to look forward to, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. I mean, obviously, to me, tarot is like a spectrum. So, with that Ten of Swords in the Tower, in the area of what's on your mind, obviously you're thinking about, tower moments and, difficult endings. So I feel like some of you need to kind of like get out of your head, and realize that there's like a lot to be optimistic about in your future, in your near future as well. That sun says you're going to be very happy. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire to have in your life. It is normally, it's like the tree of life, normally, on a traditional tarot card. So it really represents, kind of everything you want to have and everything you've ever dreamed of. It's also an amazing card for finances. I was noticing some sort of change in your finances. For some of you, I'm wondering if it's just a new job. So some of you could just be getting a new position in work or business, and that could be the thing that leads to a lot of success for you. I also feel like there could be, like, I'm getting something about good news here. And so can we just pull a card on good news? Six of Pentacles. You have the Six of Pentacles twice as well. I feel like if you've been waiting for money, that there could be money coming in. I also feel like this could be like a legal decision. So if you're dealing with something legal, you could be getting some news as far as a legal decision is concerned. I feel like there's more there, though. So let's see. You have the Four of Cups as well. That doesn't really help. Sometimes I think we're just not meant to know the answer, so I just don't know the answer to what this news is. But I would be on the lookout for some important news. I love this Four of Cups, though. You can see that there's like 3 cups pouring into 1 cup. I almost feel there could be a person who comes in for you that is very fulfilling, or that wants to kind of provide fulfillment in your life, that wants to nurture you and wants to, kind of like pour into you, right? And so that's what I feel here. I like this reading. I do want to pull some additional cards because I feel like you're on your way back to kind of like Empress status. Can we get more details on that? You have the Tower, so definitely had a Tower moment in the past here. We already know that. You have the Six of Swords, moving on, kind of like completely moving on. The thing with the Six of Swords is normally the woman and the child in the boat on the Six of Swords, they are leaving everything behind. They have only the clothing on their back. So, it's like a complete change, a complete separation. And some of you have definitely, or are definitely, going through like a complete change or complete separation, I feel. You also have the Judgment card. Yeah, going through a rebirth. I feel you're just, really it's a pretty simple reading. I feel like you're just finding yourself again, turning into the Empress. And that's that, Libra. So we're going to pull 5 main themes for you this week, and we are going to see what we get. You have this Elephant card. It says, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. I feel like it's like refinding this Empress energy inside of you. The Empress is able to create her own abundance. She also, believe it or not, the Empress is tied to the Tower. She has a waterfall behind her, and the waterfall represents like chaotic force or chaotic energy. She understands that sometimes things change. She understands that sometimes she has to experience Tower moments, but she understands that she is in control of her reality. She can create abundance whenever she wants. All she has to do is wave that wand that she has in her hand. I can't show you because I don't have a regular Empress here. I just have this one. But what I would say is that she has that scepter that she's holding, and she's able to grow that wheat in front of her. Next, you have the Shark card. It says, take care or there will be loss of material wealth. You do have the Tower twice, so I would definitely be careful of your spending or something like that. But again, I feel like that Tower is something that's already happened. And again, I get more of like a mask coming off. It's like you saw the truth of a situation, or, there was something that was exposed to you. Next, you have this July card. This card says July on it, and you also have this tulip. It says great passion on it. So I feel for some of you, I think you need to maybe travel back to July. July is very interesting as well as far as that time frame is concerned, because that was like astrologically, there was like a lot of weird stuff going on. So if you can think back to July of this year, 2022, I think that some of you maybe either started thinking about a passion. I'm also intuitively getting that some of you were maybe thinking about making a business change or a career change at that time. And I feel like, it's like you kind of like started something and then maybe it just fell off. This is very specific. It might only be for a few of you, but just intuitively, it's like I see you starting something and then it just kind of didn't really, maybe gather steam, right? And I feel like you need to revisit whatever that is. It's not a person, definitely feels like work or business to me. And, I would look into that. For some of you, I do also feel that you could be developing a new passion here soon. It could be like something that turns into a business. Next, you have this Bull card. It says, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. And so I would definitely show strength and fortitude. When you think about it, the Empress doesn't really have to do anything in the face of competition. You have the Five of Wands here, right? She knows what she's capable of doing, so she feels like she has nothing to prove, and she doesn't. And I feel like sometimes, I don't know if you've ever like met a person who they just act like they have nothing to prove, and because they act that way, they don't. And I feel that for you, where it's like if you just act as if you have nothing to prove, then you have nothing to prove, plain and simple. And finally, here you have this hand card. It says, in need of assistance, in need of help, assistance, or guidance. I feel that if you could get the help, assistance, or guidance from important people in your life, that it'll help you. I'm surprised the King of Swords didn't show up here but you have the Six of Pentacles, which is kind of saying to me that there could be a person who wants to assist you and help you, but I feel like you need to reach out to them. Again, I feel what's most important here is that you're on the road to becoming an Empress again, Libra.